Madtown's 93.1 Jamz. What's going on? It's Krista in the Morning Rush. And Tracy, as you know, it is an absolute pleasure when we bring someone that is near and dear to our heart out on the airwaves of Madtown's 93.1 Jamz. We know him. He is so talented. He has been a part of so many wonderful things right here in our community, helping out us with ridding the stigma of mental health, letting youth know that they can grow up and become really big stars. And he is one in our hearts. And of course, we know him as a local artist, phenomenon, DJ Rip. Rip is on the phone with us. Good morning, Rip. How are you?
Good morning. I am blessed. I am beyond blessed. I'm very good. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
We're good.
We are so excited to have you on because there's something extremely special that has occurred in your life, and we are very excited to talk about what that special thing is. So tell us first who you have with us today.
I have a now friend named Nick, also known as Nicky Gracious. He's an artist that I came across literally in the last couple of weeks, and I just saw someone share a video of his on Facebook, and at the time, there was like just under 250,000 views on it. I'm like, man, but the song was so amazing. He was just freestyling, and he was like, it was just all organic, like his sister was filming it and everything, and one of my friends shared it. I said, this song is fire. It hit me to the core. Like, I got goosebumps, and like before even listening to it a second time, I'm like, the world needs to hear this. There's so many broken people out there that this song resonates with. I'm like, this song is fire. And like not even in a matter of a couple weeks, I reached out to him immediately, and the song has already reached another 500,000 views already, and it's just going crazy. It's gotten 14,000 shares, and like these people are just inboxing him and flooding him with like just an organic kind of like, you know, reach, because this song just hits to the core and resonates with so many people out there that are broken, and they need help and hope as well.
Well, as I was saying before with Rip giving me a phone call about this phenomenal guy, he sent me his video, and like your song Drown, Rip, that song spoke very, very close to my heart when it comes to someone in my life that is battling with her, you know, her struggles and her addictions. So Nicky Gracious, my man, welcome to 93.1 Jamz. How are you?
I'm doing great. Blessed. How are you?
We are good.
We're good.
We are good. My man, I tell you what, I am so excited to have you on this show today because when I heard your song, Stand Up, it is no joke. This is extremely powerful, and I am so excited to hear about how this all started. So tell us first what your story is and how you came to become so popular with this.
Well, initially it was me riding down the road in the car with a homeboy of mine and my sister in the back seat. And, you know, he knew that back in the day I used to rap a lot. And he was like, man, do you still flow? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And he's like, so if I throw a beat on, he was like, you can just, you know, snap off something for me. And I was like, yeah, sure, throw the beat on. And I was really kind of in a mood that day, and I was feeling, you know, kind of rambunctious. So when he threw the beat on, I went ham. It's been history ever since. I didn't think that it was going to get such a huge response, but the next day I woke up and I saw that it had almost 4,000 views. And by the end of the day, it had 20,000. And then by the end of the week, it had 50,000, and since then it's just taken such a strong foothold, especially in the area where I'm from, in Lake County and Volusia County, Florida, and Wabash County, Indiana, and Huntington County, Indiana, and it's been really, really just amazing response. I had no idea that it was going to take off.
Nicky, so, you know, Rip has mentioned you got tons of messages from people all over the world, including a man who stopped himself from committing suicide because of your song. How has this response to your video impacted you?
To be completely honest, I guess I would just say that it sparked some strong sense of obligation to commit myself to this endeavor. And this guy, he reached out to me and he said, man, you know, I know you don't know me, but he was like, you saved my life. And I messaged him back and I'm like, what do you mean? And he said that he had the pistol loaded. You know, he had his letter written to his family. He was going to end it. He couldn't fight it anymore, you know, with the mental health issues and the drug addiction. It had a hold of him so bad that he felt like it was to that point to where he felt like he needed to end his life. And he said that at the last moment, right before he was getting ready to do it and go through with it, that he called out to God and he said, God, if you don't want me to do this, give me a sign. And his phone lit up, and he was tagged in a post that was my video. And he said when he watched the video, it broke him down, and he just knew in his soul and his spirit that song was the sign that God had used to pull him out of that.
It's very empowering when you hear a song that speaks the truth about what someone has gone through in their life. And that's exactly what your song is about, Nicky. Your song is a journey about the troubles that you've been through, not only within yourself, but out in the system. And it's extremely powerful. Tell us about this.
Well, drug addiction can take you down some dark roads, and being separated from God, just that alone can do the same thing. It changed me from that good and loving and funny and, carefree person that I was when I was younger, and it turned me into a terrible person. I was using needles. I was abusive. I was tyrannical. Just people were scared to be around me. I had burned every bridge that I had ever had in my life. People that were good and, had always been there for me, I had taken advantage of and manipulated. And it was like also, with the long-term use, I ended up developing a mental disorder. It was like a disease. It had a hold of me in such a strong way that I didn't think that I would ever break free from it. By the grace of God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he pulled me out of that rut, that I didn't think it would be ever possible to get out of, and he put me back on my feet and he stood me up, That's what this song is about. This song is about the power of Jesus Christ, the power of God to take somebody who's been so broken, so engulfed in this lifestyle of drugs and women and sex and, glorifying violence and this idea that it's okay to degrade women or be abusive or be controlling. These things need to change and feel like that God is using me to be the catalyst to kind of propel this movement. And if I can be the person to kind of ignite this flame within somebody or these younger people that are seeking, to be, rappers or artists, I want to light that flame, and I want it to be fanned, and I want it to spread.
I saw a post on your Facebook in regards to your music and you letting people know, listen, stop putting out who I used to be. That's not me anymore. My music is about this today and what I've gone through. I mean, and you have gone through a lot. I see that you spent half your life in prison and going through that hardship. I mean, to turn your life around and by the grace of God, like you said, doing the things that you are doing today, I think it's extremely strong, and I commend you on that. Hitting rock bottom, you always wonder, when is that going to be for someone? I know for myself with someone that's very close to me, she has not hit her rock bottom, and now she is seeking this type of life, and it breaks my heart tremendously. And so again, I commend you for what you are going through.
Nicky, can you tell us what kind of influence?
Oh, glory to God.
Yes. Can you tell us what kind of influence music had on you growing up, like namely hip hop?
Well, immediately, at a very young age, I was drawn to the hip-hop culture. And, I just did, to be completely honest, Tupac raised me. You know what I mean? I was on the street, by the time I was, 13 years old, 12 years old. I caught my first felony at 12 years old. And that's who I was bumping. I was bumping Pac. I was bumping Bone Thugs. You know what I mean? I was bumping Biggie. And it was like, these people were spitting my life, you know what I mean? And the glorifying of all of those things is what I thought I needed to display in order to fit into these social circles that I was accepted in just because of, the hip-hop style that I had. Eventually, trying to emulate what it was that I thought I needed to be in these social circles, I ended up becoming that. And a lot of people really think of music as just being it's just an outlet or it's just an art form. And I don't really mean it that way. And I'm not intentionally trying to deliver a message that will lead someone to commit some violent act or abuse their girl or, I don't want people turning around. Well, this is the thing. To me, it was a set of instructions. That's what I thought I was supposed to be doing. And for over a long-term period of time, doing those things consistently, it leads you into a conditioned mindset to where you feel like this is who you are. And then you try to live up to that reputation. It becomes a vicious cycle of, juvenile homes, group homes, institutions, county jails, prisons even. And then you stop and you realize finally later on down the road when you analyze the situation and you try to get to the root of what it was that's led you to where you are now, you look at it and you say, wow, that music had such a huge impact. Music had a huge impact.
Nicky, with you saying that, and we are going to play your song next, before we do, what is the best advice that you would give someone struggling right now?
Call out to God in any way, shape, or form, but believe that God can deliver you, because I believe that, and that goes for anybody. I don't care what faith, what facet of life, what socioeconomic status they represent, or where they're from, or who they are. I believe that God can deliver anyone at any time from any situation. Don't ever think that your situation is so bleak or so hopeless that you cannot get help and get out of that. There are programs, there are people that can respond to you in a way that might be able to help you get out of those situations. Please seek help. Anybody that's in an abusive situation or is abusive, anybody who is a drug addict, anybody who is, just in a dark place even, or feeling suicidal or feeling like their life doesn't matter, please reach out. Please get help. Change is possible. I promise you it is.
Well, Madtown, I am so honored to introduce to you to this local now, because our boy DJ Rip and Nicky Gracious are working together. And again, it makes complete sense when it comes to this talented man. Rip, we are so happy that you are introducing this gracious man to our airwaves. I'm very excited to introduce to you to his latest single, once again, that is getting off the charts. Currently 14,000 shares, 750,000 views, and growing. You can follow him at Nicky Gracious Music. Thank you, Nicky Gracious and Rip. I'm so honored. Here we go. Check it out. It's on 93.1 Jamz. Stand up.
Gracious. God is good. Yeah. I promise to tell the truth. I once knew of a man stuck in his wicked ways and holding the devil's hand. Took advantage of people, greedy and nickel slick. Addicted to opiates, he was hooked and he couldn't quit. Not to mention methamphetamine, coke, and a lot of weed. In and out of the slammer, kids that he never seen. Embarrassment to his family, wouldn't hold down a job. If you was a dope boy, you probably was getting robbed. Thought he was Casanova, manipulating the women. Tongue produced poison, lips dripping with venom. That ain't even the half, stabbed his friends in the back. I knew this man real well, I ain't gon' cut him no slack. If you was part of his life, you know what I'm talking about. He was good at making promises, lying and walking out. He could probably make it rapping if he just put in the work. He got tired of living life in the dark and his heart hurt. So either you gon' change or stay the same. Make a decision, I know it's a cold game, but you either gon' stand up or you gon' fall. What you gon' do when your back is against the wall? Satan told me put my hands up, and I surrendered. Open my life to the demons, they all entered. I don't think that I can stand up. my wife was part of it, so I put hands on my lady. Couldn't take it no more, contemplated suicide. Family knew that I was hurting, could see it in my eyes. Started seeing things in front of me that I just can't explain. About to panic, schizophrenic, devil messing with my brain. Desperation in my life, started picking up that Bible. Suddenly something happened, something ancient, something primal. Jesus, come and save me, I feel like I wanna die. Having visions, seeing angels fighting demons in the sky, like they're fighting over me. Somehow I need to make a choice, trying to wade through the noise. I just wanna hear your voice. Satan's got our planet, evil spreading like a cancer. I can't fight it, God, I'm scared, and I'll be waiting for your answer. So either you gon' change or stay the same. Make a decision, I know it's a cold game, but you either gon' stand up or you gon' fall. What you gon' do when your back is against the wall? Satan told me put my hands up, and I surrendered. Open my life to the demons, they all entered. I don't think that I can stand up, so I'ma fall. Nobody cares and there's no one for you to call. After I reached out to God, he wrote a message on my heart. Said I knew you turned to me, my child, I planned it from the start. And them trials that you faced, I let them happen. So you listen, now your ears are tuned to me. I need you to pay attention. You asked my son to save you, now I'm making you my vessel. I'm gonna lead you in the battle, you gon' fight against the devil. Yeah, I know all about you, I know you think you're worthless, but don't question who I choose. I see deeper than the surface, I know you don't deserve it. I know that you ain't perfect, but I changed you, son, I promise you I made you for a purpose. I know about the drugs, your wife, I know you hit her, but listen, don't give up because I didn't make you a quitter. You couldn't fight Satan, fell prey to his attacks, but with me you can defeat him, that's why I'm taking you back. A soldier for the Christ, can't you feel the Holy Spirit? Don't question my existence or I will make an appearance. So either you gon' change or stay the same. Make a decision, I know it's a cold game, but I'm here to hold you, stand up or you gon' fall. What you gon' do, cause your back is against the wall. God, let me put my hands up, I surrender. Open my heart to your son, and in the end that I know you gon' help me stand up. I ain't gon' fall, I know you there and you listening when I call.
93.1 Jamz.